Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Todd coming to you again from the back patio. I moved back here, I don't know, it's been a few weeks ago because I couldn't get on the front porch for whatever reason. I don't even remember why. It might have been because the damn sun was beating it up and I needed to get a review out of the way. Not exactly certain why, but I have come to the conclusion that I think I like it back here better when I can get back here. Yon neighbor back here behind me, though, has decided today's a good day to run that weed eater. I guess that's one of the risks you take when you do your reviews outside. I don't want to do them inside. I feel like on the inside of the house I got to have some kind of backdrop or set or something. I just really, I got to be honest with you, I just can't get involved in that. But let's go ahead and start this thing, because guess what? It's hot. We're in the middle of this damn heat wave down here. Well, it's not just us. I just watched the news. They dying in Arizona. 120 some odd degrees out there. Zelda Blonde from Common Bond Brewing. Now, Common Bond Brewing is located in Montgomery, Alabama. That's kind of dead center of the state. They also are the state capital of Alabama. Now, I've said this before, I'll say it again. I buy a lot of these things based solely on the name, and I bought this one because way back in the before time, when I was young and single, I had a Nintendo 64, and I played the original Legend of Zelda. I absolutely love that game. I'd play it right now if I just felt like going out and looking forward to play it on my PC or something. It was, of course, you know, I'd probably have to relearn the whole thing, but you know, by today's standards, that's like Pong, you know. Oh, here comes Mrs. Sipper and the rescue sipper.
Sipper and who?
The rescue sipper. There's the rescue sipper. Look this way. Nope. That's my little girl. That's my sweet pea.
You can say on your video that,
hey, look.
Mrs. Sipper
Mrs.
says
Sipper.
hello.
Mrs. Sipper decided to get her 2 seconds on the camera.
You can tell them when you do your description.
Yeah.
Mrs. Sipper
Makes a brief appearance. But I did love some original Legend of Zelda, and then, you know, that game has over time turned into something. When my son it was a pre-puber, we bought him I forget what the hell, a Wii, the Nintendo Wii, and it was, I don't know what generation of Zelda that was. I couldn't do it. He gave me look, I'm just not built for that. He gave me the controller and he said, oh, Dad, you're not doing it right. You got to hit, you know, X, Y, A, B, B, X, W, Y, Y, you know, to make him turn around. Well, guess what? Never going to do it. You know, if I can't just hit forward and make him go forward and hit the other way to make him turn around, it's never going to happen. I'm just not built for all that kind of stuff. But I looked on the website, you know, to get the normal info on the beer. Not a word about Legend of Zelda. Not a word about why it's called Zelda.
What is not good basil? Ugh.
No, it's not. My wife's commenting on the basil that we grew this year. It's not very tasty basil. It's kind of bitter, not good sweet basil. But anyway, not one word about the Legend of Zelda. Not a word about, is it named after somebody named Zelda? I don't know. Their website's a nice looking website. It just is not particularly informative. However, you know, I'm talking about this thing. I haven't even told you what it tastes like yet. It's pretty much exactly like they described. Malt forward, light and crisp, with a bit of basically just some hop characteristics. It's got one hop, Willamette, and that's a hop I like. What you laughing at?
bandit's poop.
Oh,
Looks like little rabbit poop.
oh my God, the things we talk about.
I almost stepped in it, so.
Anyway, 17 IBUs. So if that tells you anything, it is really lightly hopped. This is really pretty good, and it's 4.6% ABV. It is a nice straw color. You know, the glass is gonna fog up immediately because it's I don't know what it is out here. It's actually gotten pretty decent here late in the evening. I could actually sit out here for a little while. But yeah, it's a malty. It's fairly light, but it's fairly flavorful. It is crisp and clean. I'm generally not a fan of a lot of blonde ales. I like that. It's got enough flavor to keep you interested. It's you know, I don't have the most sophisticated palate in the world. In case you hadn't figured it out yet, it's because I'm not the most sophisticated individual in the world. You know, I'm picking up a little bit of, there's a little caramel there. It's definitely bready, and crackers, like a Ritz type cracker, slightly yeasty, and the hop finish is super clean and light. It's not bitter at all. It just brightens it instead of making it bitter. This is a super friendly beer, man. This thing is approachable all day long. I would recommend this to just about anybody. As a matter of fact, if I see it by the 6-pack, now the flies are gonna show up, seriously? Got no mosquitoes because I got smart drug thermocell out before I came out here today. But it doesn't necessarily work on good old house flies. Now just cleared air. If you're wondering what happened to the old bean up there, doing a little light preventive maintenance on one of the front end loaders at work, and it was difficult to run through everything with the loader in the down position, so I raised it.
I'm assuming you can't get that on camera. You didn't get that on camera?
No, I didn't get that on camera.
Come on,
I have to
let's
know.
go get
I
your
have to
drink.
know what's going on back there. In case you're wondering, y'all just missed a dog pooping. It's always a big event around here. Raised up the loader and tinkered with some, you know, we were just doing the normal stuff. Water separators, you know, on the fuel filters and the oil filters and air cleaners and all that, hydraulics and all that stuff, because it was so hot that, you know, working under the shade of the shop with some fans blowing seemed like a smart decision. What wasn't a smart decision was to not raise that bucket a little bit higher for some idiot to just stand up and walk under it and then just crack himself right across the middle of the old grape like it wasn't even there. And then to add insult to injury, 15 minutes later I did it again. So there's not only is there a hole here, there's one up here on the old bald landing pad area. You know, it's a matching set. You know, what can I say? So, you know, now there's DNA on the front end loader, so they can identify the body or whatever. Just an idiot. That was just me being an idiot. Looks a lot worse than it really is. I mean, it hurt when I did it, but you know, of course, anytime you cut your head, you bleed. I have to commend my buddy Earl that works there with me in the level of restraint that he was able to exercise and not laugh, because had the tables been turned, I mean, I'd have checked on him to make sure he was okay, but I'd have had to do it, you know, in between the gasps for breath whilst laughing like some, you know, a hyena. But Earl was able to keep it glued together. Now, what was going on inside his head, you know, and all that, I don't know. But I'm sure he was just thinking to himself, man, I just want to turn this loose, but I can't. So I got to give him credit there. Well, let's get back to this beer. I'm trying to figure out if I can pick up anything else on it. And you know what's dumb is and it never really works. No matter how long you turn your head and stare at the can, you know, nothing new happens. I mean, that's just the way it is. But this is very good. And at 4.6 ABV, you know, this is, as we say, very sessionable. You could sit down, and this is a nice warmer weather style because it's light and crisp, and then you could, you know, on a warm summer day, you could enjoy several of them without getting yourself into any kind of trouble. Of course, that all depends on who you are, doesn't it? Well, I have managed to sit here and kill this entire thing, which is good because it's going to warm up really quick. But I'm ready for this week to be over. Tomorrow's Friday. It's going to rain all weekend. You know what? That's fine. It's been hot and dry, so we can break that cycle. And next week we got a break, and it's going to be in the 80s. It's like heaven when it's this time of year. When you get that and you live down here, that's you know, that's a bit of a respite from the normal summertime heat and humidity. But I'm going to wrap this one up. It was nice to sit out here today and just run my mouth and relax. It's been hectic and hot at work, and this was a fun review for me to do today. I think I enjoyed this one more than usual. So I hope that everybody that's involved in all of this heat is keeping themselves safe, hydrated, and as cool as you possibly can. And you know, there's an end to it in sight. So let's all get, you know, just be careful in it if you live somewhere that you're exposed to it. Please like, subscribe. I'm never gonna break this habit of liking and subscribing, pointing and whatnot. And comment if you care. And also, as always, please enjoy those adult malted beverages responsibly.